Ladies and gentlemen, Muskogee High School's 2020 commencement ceremony is now beginning. Audience, please rise for the processional of the 2020 graduating class and remain standing for the national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Kim Fleek, principal of Muskogee High School and the class of 2020. On behalf of myself and our administrative team, which includes, off to the right of the stage, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Kim Dice. It also includes our assistant principals from the high school, Norm Cedillo, Lisa Charbonneau, Anaya Cooper, Steve Barton, and Cheryl Menifee. On behalf of the graduating class, we would like to welcome you to our commencement exercises. This evening, I would like to thank everyone for joining us in celebrating this proud and joyous occasion. In the spirit of this affair, we ask that everyone honor the formality of this academic event and be mutually respectful of all graduates. Please refrain from any inappropriate language, noise, and behavior during the ceremony so that everyone may enjoy this occasion. We kindly ask that you turn off or mute all cell phones and other electronic devices during the ceremony. Thank you for your cooperation. Now, if you would, please join me for the national anthem. Gentlemen, if you would, please remove your hats. The national anthem will be performed by the Muskogee High School Advanced Chorale under the direction of Mrs. Teresa Pointer and Miss Chelsea Arnold.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes, stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, brave.
You may be seated. At this time, it is my honor to introduce Muskogee Public Schools Superintendent, Dr. Jared Mendenhall. Please join me in welcoming him to the podium as the Advanced Chorale prepares to perform the Salute to the Armed Forces.
Good evening. I would like to welcome everyone to the Muskogee High School commencement ceremony. Through this most unprecedented time that I can ever remember, the class of 2020 has finally made it to this momentous occasion. To celebrate this event together with our graduates has truly been a challenge, but one that is well worth it. To begin this evening's festivities, I would like to recognize our distinguished guests seated with me on the platform. I would ask that you hold your applause until all guests have been recognized. I would also ask that each guest remain standing until all guests have been introduced. First, to my right, Mr. Danny Shu, Board President. Mr. Bobby Jefferson, Board Vice President. Mr. Tommy Anderson, Board Clerk. Mr. Larry Stewart, Board Member. Mr. Keith Bigelow, Board Member. Ms. Kim Fleek, Muskogee High School Principal. Ms. Heather Jones, Muskogee Alternative High School Principal. Riley Schuler, Class President. Caleb Bigelow, Class Vice President. Lucy Terrell, Valedictorian Representative. Alexandria Munzenreiter, Salutatorian Representative. Now, please give these individuals a round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated. To be honest, preparing my comments for this evening's commencement has been one of the more challenging tasks of my career. I started out by writing about the global pandemic and the fact that your class was the first to experience distance learning. You were also the first to hold a graduation ceremony clear in June. And you definitely were the first class to experience the longest spring break ever recorded on record. But after further thought, I felt it was best to leave the global pandemic discussion to other speakers tonight. I will start out with those graduates that were unable to join us tonight. Some of your classmates have already started their next stage of life, whether that be higher education, trade school, or straight into the workforce. Additionally, there are many of the classmates that have already reported for duty to the United States military. To honor these students, I have asked our Muskogee High School chorale to sing the Armed Forces medley for each of the military branches. I would ask those in the audience who have signed up to served in the past, or currently serving in the military to please stand to be recognized when your branch's anthem is sung. To those who stood to be recognized tonight, I want to say, truly, thank you for your service. Now I'm going to talk to the students. Most of you were born in 2002, which is considered Generation Z. Gen Zers have never known life without social media. For instance, Facebook was launched in 2004, YouTube was created in 2005, and you were just 4 years old when Twitter was first introduced. You've never known a world without smartphones. And in fact, my own daughter only texts me back in memes, whatever that means. Your generation is the most connected, and I believe that you will be the one to utilize social media platforms for positive change. Your natural ability to navigate technology will truly transform this world. I've been told by my family, friends, coworkers, and even my bosses that I have high expectations, particularly for those around me. In fact, I've been highly criticized for being too difficult or that I'm very hard to please. I've never viewed this as a negative, but rather as an opportunity to see the potential in everything I pick up and everybody I see. Mahatma Gandhi stated, "You must be the change that you want to see in this world." I want you to know that my expectations for you is to be the change that we need in this country. My spirit has been so troubled by the events that have occurred around racism in our society. I believe you are the generation that can change this trajectory. I have the expectation that your generation will reverse the tide of injustice for Black Americans. As I watched the video of George Floyd, I began to feel very sick. I felt that I needed to step up as a leader and to say something, but more importantly, I felt I needed to say something and do something. Therefore, on Sunday, May 31st, 2020, I posted a statement on my Facebook page to make my feelings and thoughts known. I want to share that post for those of you who may not have read that. And I quote, "As I have reflected on the events of this past week, I have felt compelled to speak out. Like many of you, I was completely shocked and horrified by the actions that led to the death of George Floyd. My spirit has been troubled since watching the video and seeing this disgraceful event. My thoughts and prayers go out to the Floyd family." I go on to write, "I am dedicated to working harder to end the mistreatment of Black Americans. I don't want to pretend to understand the fear. I don't want to pretend to understand the anxiety or the racial profiling that occurs daily, but I am committed to listening and learning. It is time for change across this country, and it can start in each of our communities. You have my commitment to standing up against racism, to ensure that all children, and I mean all children, in Muskogee Public Schools, regardless of their skin color, deserve to be treated fairly and without prejudice. I feel very blessed to serve a diverse school district that provides the opportunity for all students. Let's begin that dialogue now. They are counting on us to lead," end quote. As you can see, I'm extremely passionate about speaking out and speaking up against any form of racism for all generations that follow. I am personally committed to listening and understanding, but more importantly, to taking action. In 1776, this country claimed independence from England. Our forefathers eloquently wrote a Declaration of Independence stating, "All men are created equal." However, that statement did not really become a reality until slavery was abolished in 1865. It took 79 years and a brutal civil war to make this a reality. In 1964, the United States outlawed discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin, which was 99 years after the abolishment of slavery. What I find so alarming is that our country is still struggling with this issue, with racism, after 234 years of existence. That's crazy. Yet we wrote that all men are created equal in our very first document that we wrote. Our country cannot wait any longer to get this right. I believe, no, I expect that your generation will be the group that will be the change. Philosopher and activist Angela Davis said recently, "I am no longer accepting the things I cannot change. I am changing the things that I cannot accept." So, graduates, I ask you, as you proceed to the next phase of your journey, how will your voice be heard? What will you change? What will you not accept? And how will you make a difference in this world? I want to be the first to congratulate the class of 2020. You have persevered. I wish you all the best in the future. Thank you.
Please welcome, if you will now, Ms. Riley Schuler, the 2020 Senior Class President.
Good evening. My name is Riley Schuler, and I am your class of 2020 Senior Class President. It is an honor and a privilege to stand here and speak to you all this evening. I would like to say thank you to Dr. Mendenhall, Ms. Fleek, school board members, staff, students, and families. First and foremost, congratulations to Muskogee High School graduating class of 2020. Here we are. We all began our last year as roughers thinking it was going to be a great senior year. School started, we had classes, friends, clubs, sports, activities, events, fall, Thanksgiving, and Christmas break. Then came spring break. And our lives as we knew it at MHS had changed forever. The coronavirus hit suddenly and made an impact on us that we will never forget. We suddenly adapted to shelter in place, social distancing, quarantine, events and activities being canceled, and of course, distant virtual learning. This class of 2020, you are amazing. We are the first ever graduating class to go complete online classes and still complete requirements for graduation. The resilience of students and staff at MHS to accomplish such a huge task in a very short period of time was very impressive. As senior class president, I knew we could meet the challenge, and we did. We didn't have the usual end-of-the-year goodbyes, award banquets, parties, or proms, but this still had been a great senior year. On the plus side, we did have the best senior skip day of all time. It was our senior year, and there has never been another one like it. Our class is special and unique in so many ways. We have charted new territory with the coronavirus, but we made it through. We can now reflect back and see how much of our senior year ended too soon. Looking forward, this lesson has taught us to never take any time we have together for granted. Our administration showed us how to be great leaders. As we move forward to the next chapter in our lives, it is important for us to apply those leadership skills to our own lives. We have had so many memories from MHS to hold on to, from the student section at games, hanging out with friends, running to class as the bell rings, getting to be a part of one of the first class that let every sport and club participate in homecoming, and to have Miss Fleet calling you out for being late. Seniors in the past have always left a great legacy. However, our class of 2020, we have made history. We, the class of 2020, are ready to close this chapter and move on to new adventures. We pass the torch to the class of 2021, and we would like to say good luck, and we wish you the best. As for the class of 2020, we made it. Thank you.
At this time, The MHS Advanced Chorale, under the direction of Mrs. Teresa Pointer and Miss Chelsea Arnold, will perform "We Won't Stop Dreaming."
Here we are, living in the moment. Here we are, dreaming in the open.
Look around, isn't this a new day? Make a move, doing things a new way. A new way.
This is our world, and this is our time. These are our plans, we're gonna let them shine. And this is our place in the human race. And we won't stop dreaming, no, we won't stop dreaming.
Look ahead, we can see forever. You and me doing it together.
Light it up, we can be a million stars. Look at us, don't you see we've come so far? Yeah, we've come so far. This is our world, this is our time. These are our plans, we're gonna let them shine. And this is our place in the human race. And we won't stop dreaming, no, we won't stop dreaming. Standing at the crossroads, feeling how the wind blows, we can soar above the clouds. Every moment is a heartbeat, every breath feeling so sweet. Who can say what happens now? 'Cause this is our world, and this is our time. These are our plans, we're gonna let them shine. And this is our place in the human race. And we won't stop dreaming, no, we won't stop dreaming. 'Cause this is our world, and this is our time. These are our plans, we're gonna let them shine. And this is our place in the human race. And we won't stop dreaming, no, we won't stop dreaming. We won't stop dreaming.
Thank you, Mrs. Pointer and MHS Advanced Chorale, for that lovely performance. And now I would like to welcome to the podium the 2020 McEntee Award recipient, Miss Alexandria Munzenreiter.
Good evening. My name is Alexandria Munzenreiter, and I am your Class of 2020 McEntee Award recipient. Starting off, I would like to thank all the people that helped us get to these seats, our parents, friends, teachers, staff, and many others. Next, I would like to address my fellow classmates. Graduates, today you will walk across the stage, get your diploma, shake some hands, and go to lots of graduation parties with many of your fellow classmates. But first, I would like to take the time to look back at the last 4 years of our lives. Walking into Muskogee High School on the first day of freshman year, not knowing where any of your classes are, and 90% of the students are all new faces. Then you attend your first football game and meet all these new people and think, maybe high school won't be that bad after all. Sophomore year rolls around and you learn that driving gives you the freedom you've been yearning for the last 16 years. ACT, chemistry, and AP classes just about sum up junior year, but it was all worth it because you're finally an upperclassman. You blink, and all of a sudden, you're taking senior pictures and thinking about college. You go to the last pep rally and realize this is your last chance to win the Spirit Stick. Then suddenly, it hits you. You will never go to another high school football game as a student, and somehow, junior prom ended up being senior prom too. Thanks, COVID-19. The halls you've walked for the past 4 years have seen the last of you, and you've heard the bell for the last time. Soon after all this, you will leave for college. The people you grew up with that became your best friends will no longer be a quick 10-minute drive away. Going to see them will become a road trip, and one by one, your friends will start to leave as they go to move in and start their next chapter. Your Snapchat friends map will no longer be a big cluster of faces. You'll have to zoom out to see anyone. There will be no more sprinting to class so you won't get another tardy. No more going to eat all together after the football games. No more playing in those sports games. No more lunches spent with your best friends. And no more trying to avoid Miss Cooper because you might have broken dress code. No more proms or homecomings. And no more dress code. And no more screaming at the top of your lungs on a Friday night. It went by fast, just like our parents said it would. So I hope with all my heart that each one of you cherished these precious moments we have spent together, because no matter how much you may want to, you can't come back to high school. There is a universal truth we all must face, whether we want to or not. Everything eventually ends. As much as I've looked forward to this day, I've always disliked endings, but endings are inevitable. Today is one of those endings for all of us. Today we say our final goodbyes. But as Winnie the Pooh said, how lucky am I to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. Congratulations again to each of you, and may you all succeed in the years ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexandria. Ladies and gentlemen, now if you would please join me in welcoming the top grade point senior for the class of 2020, Miss Lucy Terrell, the Stern Award recipient.
Hi, I'm Lucy Terrell, and I'm the Stern Award winner for your class of 2020. Congratulations, fellow graduates of the Muskogee High School class of 2020. We made it. When I was informed I would be writing a speech for graduation, I must admit I Googled how to write a great speech, but everyone does that, right? When looking over the various examples, I noticed one thing. No class has ever gone through what we've experienced, the COVID-19 pandemic. Man, will we have a story to tell. Our story won't be about our senior prom, our senior awards banquet, or even our senior skip day. But our story is unique. Who leaves school on an ordinary Thursday afternoon in March of their senior year only to find out that it was their last day of school? If we had only known that March 12th was the last day we would be at Muskogee High School, maybe we all would have slowed down and enjoyed it. Maybe we would have told our teachers how much we appreciated them. Maybe we would have hugged our friends and told them how much they meant to us. But we didn't know. No warning that our days at MHS were over, just like that. When sitting in the auditorium junior year waiting for my name to be called for National Honor Society and Oklahoma Honor Society, I didn't realize that there would not be any award ceremonies my senior year. When I was setting up for prom last year, I had no clue that my junior prom would also be my senior prom. But now looking back, I think of some good advice I've been given. Cherish every moment. I encourage everyone to use this pandemic as a learning experience, to cherish every moment because we never know what can happen. We tend to look at the pandemic and how it affected our senior year, but I hope we can all remember the good times we've had. Remember all the Friday nights screaming our lungs out in this stadium for our roughers? Remember fighting for our teachers during the teacher walkout? Remember all of the pep assemblies fighting for our chance to win the Spirit Stick? Remember standing on street corners fighting for our school bond to be passed, and we won. I think we have all been hyper-focused on the virus, but we need to look at the past 4 years. We've had some amazing memories, and I encourage all of us to look at the good times we've had in high school, not just the challenges. This pandemic has allowed us, no, it has empowered us to reevaluate our lives. We've learned how to cope with disappointments, and we've learned how important our teachers really are. We have also learned to appreciate more fully those working on our front lines. We've learned that we all need each other. Here we are, gathered more than 3 months after our last day of school. Everyone has heard the corny jokes about the class of 2020 having perfect vision, but during these times, we need to have a vision for the future, for our future. We don't know what the future looks like for us. We have no clue what the new normal will be. But in the words of Eleanor Roosevelt, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. So let's keep dreaming and let's do more to make our world a safer and a much kinder place to live. This story that we will tell our children and grandchildren is about learning how to navigate through life, no matter the hurdles that are thrown in front of us. Our story is about being grateful for the people we have that have helped us along in our journey, like our teachers, our parents, our families, friends, youth leaders, our coaches, pastors, and mentors, who we want to thank with all of our hearts. I would like to thank Muskogee Public Schools staff and administration and our whole community for doing everything in their power to make our senior experience amazing. I mean, isn't it cool to drive by the banner downtown and get to see your picture hanging up? And come on, who doesn't love going to check out of high school and get a free t-shirt and gift cards? I'm sorry we didn't have the ordinary senior experiences, but I think we have the most extraordinary and unique experience of them all. One day, we will be able to tell the most interesting senior year story. Again, I wish you congratulations, Muskogee High School Class of 2020, the class of overcomers. Thank you so much.
Members of the board, Superintendent Dr. Mendenhall, parents and guests, Muskogee Schools administration, staff, and faculty, I personally want to thank each of you for making this night possible for our graduates, and amid all of the unusual events that have occurred over the last 4 months. This has taken the work and planning of many, and it is greatly appreciated. Muskogee High School is proud to announce the achievements of the class of 2020. This class has earned 40-plus scholarships that total over $1.5 million in scholarship money, and they have also logged over 8,000 hours of community service. As you heard Dr. Mendenhall announce that this graduating class has several students that have signed on to serve our country in the military. Congratulations on your career path, and may you succeed in your military endeavors. Let us thank our parents for their cooperation and support, especially this year as we were met with the unexpected challenge of distance learning. They deserve special recognition for all that they have done over the years in order to get you here tonight. Parents and loved ones of our graduating class of 2020, would you please stand in order to be recognized? Thank you. I would also like to thank our staff and faculty members of Muskogee High School for everything they have done to assist our students in achieving this goal here tonight. As we all know, this year required much innovation and determination by all of our Ruffler family. Our staff and faculty members rose to that challenge, and at this time, will all staff and faculty please stand to be recognized? Parents and class of 2020, let's give this group a round of applause. The class of 2020 will always be remembered as a senior class that persevered during a global pandemic and the longest spring break in school history. But as our seniors processed they had the opportunity to place a card with memories and such into a wooden box. One day, this time capsule will be found by future Ruffers reflecting back on the legacy that this year's senior class has left behind. And now on to you, the graduating class. It has been my honor to serve as your principal at MHS for the last 3 years. Your athletic and academic accomplishments, along with your talented performances and achievements, are to be commended. You have shown that you are leaders and that you have what it takes to be successful after MHS. You have proven that you are resilient and will stay the course when things don't quite go as expected. Stay dedicated to your dreams by having good character and great work ethic. Always be kind to others, and whatever you think you can achieve, you can. MPS Superintendent Dr. Mendenhall and esteemed members of the Board of Education, the graduates before you have duly met and completed all requirements as set forth by the Oklahoma State Department of Education, and have also met all the requirements as set forth by Muskogee Public Schools Board of Education. And they are hereby fully qualified to receive an official Oklahoma high school diploma. These students are fully certified for graduation. It is my pleasure and great honor to present to you the Muskogee High School graduating class of 2020. On this one since I forgot earlier.
As Superintendent of Schools and Executive Officer of Muskogee Board of Education, I hereby accept the recommendation of Ms. Kim Fleek, Muskogee High School Principal, and officially confer these diplomas for the senior class of 2020, which at this time will be awarded by the Board of Education. Class of 2020, please stand and receive your diplomas. The first row only. Okay, what we'll do, guys, is we'll stand.
I think we'll be able to space them out.
Pictures really.
Got the yellow one on? They're on. Maxwell Spencer Rawson, summa cum laude. Hunter Michael Avers, summa cum laude. Walker Joseph John, summa cum laude. Julia Elizabeth Kent, summa cum laude, German Club President. Eloise Jean Erickson, summa cum laude. Casey Mackenzie Jereminas, summa cum laude. Caroline Page Barton, magna cum laude, President of Library Club. Miranda Lee Seabolt, magna cum laude, member of OHS. Meredith Kate Gilmartin, magna cum laude, member of OHS NHS, co-president of Advanced Chorale. Bailey Alyssa Reitzman, magna cum laude, member of OHS and NHS. Ariel Brooke McCoy, cum laude. Caleb Edward Eccles, cum laude, President of MHS Robotics. Jenna Nicole Winters, cum laude. William Tyler Roberts, cum laude. Emily Hernandez, cum laude. Michaela Marie Lively, cum laude. Gracie Jo Munzenreiter, cum laude, Science Club President, NHS Secretary. Michaela Brooke Burton, cum laude, President of Student Council. Sierra Dawn Olmsted, cum laude. Christopher Ryan Fulbright, magna cum laude, President of History and Movie Club. Isis Janae Patton, cum laude.
Cooper James Lamont, cum laude. Speech Team, National Speech and Debate Association, presiding president. Julia Rebecca Hall, cum laude, president of Academic Pursuit Team. Jacob Douglas Shaheen, cum laude. Megan Marie Tucker, cum laude. Katie Elizabeth Brown. Sarah Kathleen Allred. Tyrese Markel Allen. Elvis Humberto Alvarado. Shaylin Nicole Ashley. Nicholas Contrell Banks Davis. DeCevion Maurice Bryce.
Teresa Ledesma Barco. Jakayla Aries Anderson.
Connor Brendan Ashley.
Isaiah Joseph Ashley.
Andrew Jacob Armstrong.
Belinda Maria Arce.
Isabella Ann Edelizzi.
Savion Keyshawn Adams.
April Nicole Barclay.
Alyssa Lynn Barnett.
Go ahead. Amaya Benson.
Darius Toby Barnett.
Ryan Bradley Latrell Baker.
Stand at the steps. Go stand at the steps. Jusiel Alejandro Barraza Ibarra.
LaShante Christine Buford.
Jimmy Lee Blackman.
Kurt Beatty.
Brendolyn May Bloxam.
And Aurelia Cardenas.
Jesus Antonio Capilla.
Atiri Jasmine Cabrera.
Hezekiah Jermaine Buchanan.
Adriana Nicole Brown.
Jordan Duran Bradley.
Brooke Allison Barrett.
Leah Elizabeth Berry.
Scotty Ray Benton.
Helen Nicole Bolin.
Alexis Nicole Boyd.
Deasia Janae Brown.
Kendall Trayvon Brewer.
Ashanti Tion Brewer Cyrus.
Angela Iris Capilla.
Jaden Leo Carter. Jaron Daniel Cash.
Maurice Rashad Marquise Chaplin.
Howell Austin Coltharp.
Joshua Glenn Cones.
Jason Cuevas.
Kaylee Gail Cullum.
Chase Camden Chrissinger.
Ryan Tripp Corbin.
Jason Gage Clark.
Erica Michelle Coleman.
Sethan Ray Coe.
Atlantis Clemens.
Tayana Lishay Carter.
Ayla Michelle Carter.
Allison Elizabeth Cooper.
Caden James Crane.
Christopher Lane Cumby.
Jameson John Eatman.
Xavier DeAnthony Kennard. Hi, Jay Sean.
Joshua Kyle Campbell.
Kendall Ann Cockle.
Keelion Jakai Clark.
Sienna Michelle Collins. Iris Marie Coxum.
Brooklyn Marie Cole.
Brian Grayson Dennis.
Janet Isabel Delgado.
Soak it up.
Jody Shalia Lishay Dean.
Wendy Coronado.
Jody Shalia Lachey Dean.
Jerron Maurice Davidson, Manufacturing Club President. Congratulations. JC.
Kirsten Nicole Chubbuck.
Jason Tyler Crosby.
Jayshawn Twain Costin Jacobs.
It's your time, man.
Touchdown,
Jimmy Lee Coleman.
Taylor Savante. Okay. Taylor Silvante Colbert.
Shayna Nicole Cottle.
Angel Lee De Los Santos.
Caleb Michael DeShazer.
Anissa Louise Dodrill.
Austin Ray Duran.
Oscar Christian Gonzalez.
Johan Armando Garza.
Ignacio Lopez.
Terrell Andre Ellis.
Luis Hernandez.
Amity Belen Esparza.
Brianna Garcia.
Alexandra Brooke Graham. Selma Shakira Garcia. Callista Garnica.
Destiny Ann Durbin Osborne.
Alex Lee Duran.
Jamie Fajardo.
Aaron Lee Dobbs.
Mackay Demond Gibbs.
Cassie Leanne Gray.
Saki Jordan Freeman.
Nishari Janae Freeman.
Haley Brooklyn Hall.
Axel Espinoza.
Lanisha Lachey Rone Hill.
Dakota William Lee Griffin.
J. Reed McKaylen Hagerman.
Maya Nichelle Galden.
Shania Nicole Henry.
Braden Wayne Miller. Laney Summer Gregg.
Zachary Kyle Hudgens.
Ryan Lee Hunter.
Levi Robert Vogel.
Paige Marie Hines.
Zabdil Fernandez Hernandez.
Ashton Dawn Gilliam.
Jace Anthony Edwards.
Virginia Elizabeth Hensley. Elijah Sharon Johnson.
Drew Johnson.
Alana Justice.
Jakayla Renee Jones.
Elizabeth Marie Jones.
Tequila Jolie Johnson.
Antonio Jimenez.
Dev Genwala.
Dat Jinwala.
Blake Martin.
Tierra Shalente Mangrum.
Jacob Todd Lewis.
Matthew Edward Jennings.
Anthony David Jackson.
Crystal Leha.
Esmeralda Jocelyn Hernandez.
John Alfred Gwynn.
Angel Don Griffith.
Stephen Tim Holcher II.
Brendan Marshall Knight.
Olivia Claire Kinsey.
Egiante Majane Knight.
Monisha Lachey Logan.
Elizabeth Guadalupe Luna.
Ashanti Rayana Lewis.
Janae Dasani Lockpour.
Joshua Donovan Lucky.
Tyler Clay Kennedy.
Jose Jermaine Lawrence.
Christian Douglas Mitke.
Gia Gabriela Miranda.
Sierra Lachey Milton.
Kevion Ellison Milton.
Eric Medina Guadarrama.
Joseph Eugene Meyer.
Mason Brooks McCoy.
Addison Lynn McCutcheon. Heather Major.
Shadea Janae Johnson.
Brykel Michelle Kendrick.
Destiny Elaine Ladd.
Hunter William Marler. You can actually go to the steps. Go ahead and stand at the steps. Just like right there. I'll wait till he calls.
Demara Elise Malden.
Serenity Lachey McBath. Trinity Faith McLean.
Isaly Shandell McGill.
Jaden Marquise Mitchell.
Kentrell Tyrone Mitchum.
Christopher John Mize.
Angelique Pauline Denise Peaches.
Talon Ray Pepiakata.
Robin Anjanae Pascal.
Brandon Christopher Osborne.
Aaliyah Nicole Oakley. Adriana Brienne Noble.
You guys want to step up just like to even with that chair. Mason Kane Page.
Brittany Nicole Myers.
Alexis Brianna Murphy.
Lena Helen Morris.
Jolyn Wade Murdoch.
Justice Buddy Parrott Murphy.
Haley Renee Neville.
Stephen Michael Olea.
Anna Celeste Odom.
Kristen Adele Gracie Oliver. Oh.
Alexis Lee Owens.
Bailey Delaney Phillips.
Christopher Lee Pineda.
Damian Jeffrey Potter. Preston Colby Royce.
Haley Marie Royce.
Preston Colby Royce.
Jalissa Lisette Roldan Ibarra.
Abel Kane Reyes, Spanish Club President and Yearbook Editor.
Gabriel Ross.
Jordan Daniel Ray.
Emily Lynn Purcell.
Skyla Michelle Proctor.
Kaylee Cheyenne Phillips.
Beatty Lynn Polston.
Good job, Beatty. Trenton Riley Quintana.
Joshua Jalen Ray.
Cordray Avant Ross.
Fatima Christina Rubio Castillo.
Amanda Nicole Rice.
Danielle Shea Rosson.
Ethan Carlisle Roberts.
Pedro Javier Rubio.
Michaela Michelle Shelby.
Mila Janai Russell.
Shalicia Janae Cyrus.
Brianne Nicole Taylor.
Caden Michael Smith. Seth Tyler Shoe James.
Eric Dewan Strong.
Andre Deshaun Stewart.
Mikkel Swain.
Nicole Lynn Smith.
Aaliyah Dion Smith.
Myra Carlin Rubio.
Jasmine Marie Stedman.
Melissa K. Sachs. Parker Benton Savage.
Juliana Lucille Cedillo.
Hunter Wayne Stogner.
Caleb Romero Scott.
Gianna Janine Thompson.
David Timmons.
Wyatt Eugene Young.
Brianna Renee Tolbert.
Cade Andrew White, President of MHS Republicans.
Samuel Wayne Wallace.
Nathaniel Christopher C. Wright.
Alejandro Yawil.
Keelan Walker.
Neandria Nichelle Wright.
Logan Isaiah White.
Angel Michaela Wood.
Shamira Latrice Virgil.
Derek Gordon Vallejo.
Dalton James Sanders.
Anthony Gabriel Sanchez. Gabriel.
Tylen Tracole White.
Dadrian Davon Wilson.
Davian Cornell Wilson.
Davion Jermaine Williams.
Austin Cole Wagner.
Jasmine Wolf.
Angel Essence Yandel.
Tara Walker.
Jordan River Walker.
Georgia Desiree Quinta Whittle.
Wyatt Jesse Walker.
Caleb Keith Bigelow.
Riley Chandler Schuler, magna cum laude, president of Senior Class and Science Club. Alexandria Shane Munzenreiter, summa cum laude, McEntee Award, president of Muskogee High School Advanced Chorale and National Honor Society. Lucy Claire Terrell, summa cum laude, Stern Award.
Miss Fleek, you're up, or so, whoever. Let's get us out of here.
I have to wait until the kids get back up there. They have speaking parts. They are. Now I would like to welcome back to the podium Miss Riley Schuler and fellow classmate and senior class vice president, Mr. Caleb Bigelow, who will make a very special presentation to the junior class. Joining them at the podium tonight will be junior Blake Simmons.
That's right. Yep. Thank you. I'm glad to say we have done great things for Muskogee. We've helped each other flourish into the beautiful people we are today. We've learned from great teachers and staff, and we learned from ourselves and our parents. Our 4 years of high school have come to an end. A new chapter in our lives will begin as soon as we walk out of here. We hope to see greatness continue as Muskogee alumni. We have started a tradition that we hope will carry on for many years to come. I've written in our book, Rougher Legacy Book, to the next class and beyond, for each class to share their memories, traditions, and their advice for rougher generations.
To the class of 2021, never miss the opportunity to seize the day. Enjoy Muskogee High School and leave it better than you found it.
Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you. Good luck. Oh, do we want? Thank you everyone for being here tonight to honor our graduating class. To the class of 2020, we wish you all the best of luck and thank you for the contributions you have made to Muskogee High School. We would also like to give a special thank you to Ms. Fleek, who, like us, is moving on to things outside of Muskogee High School. Ms. Fleek, on behalf of the graduating class of 2020, we would like to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for the sleepless nights, long hours, laughs, jokes, and the investment that you have made into each and every one of us. Thank you.
Can we get a picture all together?
Yeah, I think so.
Can we get a picture of all of us?
They want a picture of all of us. Thank you, class of 2020. I wasn't going to cry tonight. I'm still hoping I don't. Thank you all for making this occasion such a memorable one. Pictures of our graduates have been taken on stage, and we ask that you refrain from coming onto the field for photos after the ceremony. Students will be exiting the field in a recessional to join their families for celebrations. We will miss saying our farewells and taking photos with graduates as well. But we are taking every precaution possible to ensure the health and the well-being of our families and our graduates. If you will, please join me in welcoming Mrs. Heather Jones to the podium for the closing remarks.
To the class of 2020, we wish you all the best of luck, and thank you for the contributions you have made to Muskogee Public Schools. Thank you everyone for coming to honor our graduating class. Now's the moment we've been waiting for. Graduates of the class of 2020, please stand. Now, will you please move your tassels from the right to the left? Congratulations, class of 2020. Throw your caps in the air. Family and guests, remember, no one will be allowed on the field. Seniors will be recessing back to St. Joe's. They will need to remain in the recessional line with their classmates. Go back to your seats, please, so we can have the recessional.